Be damn Wednesday, people. Tottenham Hotspur are back. We are back. We're challenging again. We're back. Oh man, let's not kid ourselves, right? That was a get out of jail performance, get out of jail result. It's just not fun, is it? It's not fun watching Tottenham at the moment. And I'm a season ticket holder, as is still, and like we go to the games, and right now it's just not fun. Obviously the team that was played, or the team that started, obviously VDV and Xavi again. No Xavi, I don't know what's going on there. I was chatting with Shy earlier actually, and one of the things we were saying was that understand he's lightweight. A lot of the teams that we play in the Premier League, or a lot of teams in the Premier League, in midfield, they've got big, hard, strong midfielders. And if we've purchased Xavi to be our playmaker, I understand he gets pushed off the ball and stuff, but how is he going to learn unless he plays? Away to Newcastle, he needs to do it. Away to Burnley, he needs to do it. Away to Arsenal, Man City, or whatever. He needs to be in those games to get the feel of it, to learn how to bounce off players. Like, he's going to get pushed around, but he needs to learn. Him being just sat on a bench, again, at the start of a game, what does that tell you about he's one of the gems that we purchased at the start of this season? He's our playmaker. He's going to be our main man in that playmaker role this season, because we don't have anyone else. Yeah, he's on the bench. I don't understand it. And it's not like, I understand with VDV because he played Arsenal, he played PSG, he played Fulham. At some point, these guys do need to have a rest, especially him, because we know what his hamstring is like, right? But Xavi needs to be starting in games like that. I'm sorry. The first half, bit of a nothing, backs to the wall for us all throughout the game, which, like, it's painful to see and painful to watch. I think Bergvall was probably the only bright spot. Brendan Johnson did absolutely nothing on that left-hand side. Kudos huffed and puffed. Marnie ran around. In fairness, I don't think he got a hell of a lot of service. Our midfield got totally overrun. Adogi, to me, seems to be making a lot of mistakes right now. A hell of a lot of mistakes. Porro, couple of aimless balls into the box. Now, I was having discussions yesterday and today, I think it was, in terms of Porro and Porro's crossing. Obviously against Fulham, there was something that he'd put in 19 crosses or something, and only like 17 of them or 16 of them were to no one. And it almost seems like he's just, for the sake of it, just crossing the ball. Not looking for someone, not looking for anyone, just ping the ball into the area. Now, if that's Thomas's tactic, that's fine. I don't have a problem with getting the balls into the box like that. But then the forward should be knowing how to get onto it, or where the ball's being put. But they don't know where the forwards don't know where the ball's being put, because Porro honestly looks like he has no control about where he's putting the ball. He puts his head up and pings it in there, but he's not looking for someone. He's not aiming for someone. He's just putting the ball in there, which just seems pointless to me. It's just like a pointless exercise. I'm all for getting the ball in the box, but there has to be some sort of end product. Even if he puts the ball in the box aimlessly and they header it out or flicker it out or somewhere, there needs to be someone there to pick up that second ball. But even that's not the tactic. I don't know what the tactic is. I don't think anyone does. But yeah, the first half was a little bit lackluster. Obviously Newcastle went ahead. Tonali went off and Bruno Guimaraes came on. He took the goal well, but I don't know why there was no one near him. There was no one marking him. From midfield, I think he won the ball in midfield. He won it. I don't know if he played it to Anthony Gordon, who burnt Porro. But Bruno just toddled towards our penalty area. No one around him. Obviously, whether it was that Voldemort, I'm going to call him from now on. Got a ricochet, or I think it may have been Danto. I mean, he had acres of space. Like, listen, he took the ball well. He took the goal well. He placed it with power and precision past the keeper. I don't think Vicario could have, that was a good goal. Personally, no blame for Vicario. In actual fact, a little big up for Vic. I think he had a decent game today. I say that because he made a couple of good saves, and I noticed that his kicking was probably on point today. He looked like he was getting his foot under the ball, getting some length, getting some height on some of those kicks that he took. So big up to him for that. Can't absolutely blame him for that goal that he conceded from Bruno. But Romero, what a header. That was powerful. That was, once again, I know, okay, Romero got 2 goals, right? I'll come on to the second one in a second. Romero got 2 goals. Van der Ven is our top goal scorer. The central defenders are showing the forwards, the strikers, the rest of the team how to score goals. And they're actually scoring the goals. We've spent more than £150 million up front. And so far this season, both our centre-backs are pretty much scoring all of our goals, with the help of own goal probably being second, right? But movement from Romero, he dropped back, went forward, got that little bit of space, bullet header, banging goal. Good move, fantastic goal by Christian. They obviously went 2-1 back up. They went back up 2-1. Shocking penalty decision. I think that was a shocking penalty decision. Listen, he was blocking him. Bentancur was blocking him. But Dan Burn literally fell on top of, with his power, he fell on top of Bentancur. Ref didn't give it to start with. How can VAR say that that's a penalty? Or to ask him to go and look at it? He obviously bottled it, had second thoughts in his mind, and he's given the penalty. Very weak. The amount of times you see that in the box, the amount of times I saw that in the penalty box. Literally, in the first half even, Danso was absolutely getting battered in the first half. No VAR got involved in those. He was getting pulled about, he was getting dragged, he was getting his people's arms around his neck. Not a peep out of VAR. Sometimes I just think, listen, I'm not making excuses. I'm not saying we were fantastic and like we should have won, but we always get the rub of the green against us. Always. Whatever it takes. And now suddenly if they come up with I say new, but from now on they're always going to give penalties like that. It always starts with Spurs. The amount of games that we've seen this season and that kind of thing's been happening. Not a penalty given. We've probably obviously always called for it, but not really that many penalties have been given for things like that. Very harsh penalty. So in a way, the fact that we equalised, I think it's justice. We have to talk about Romero's goal. Second goal. An overhead, boom, rocket shot off his shin. Now, what made me laugh was the fact that I'll give him kudos because he got dragged down. Penalty, should have been a penalty. The ref didn't blow, should have been a penalty. Maybe the ref will say I played on, but he got up really quickly, saw the ball in the air. He watched the ball come all the way down, and he still shinned it. However, in slow motion, that ball literally went in slow motion and it trickled in. But you know what? I feel that's justice for that absolute shocking penalty that Newcastle got. So in all, as an overview, I guess 1, you could say we got away with it. 2, we've gone away to Newcastle, got a point, which is I think that's a difficult place for us to go. The amount of times, well, me Me, Stel, Iggy, we went up there and absolutely got our pants pulled down. Literally, it was 5-1, I think it was. Whenever we go up there, it's a tough place to go. So result wise, good result away from home at Newcastle, getting a point, take that. Had a bit of injustice against us. We scored. Romero scored 2 fabulous goals. We'll take that. Performance wise, it's still kind of it's not there, is it? You know, like we don't see a shape, we don't see a formation, we don't really see plays, we don't. It is literally backs to the wall and little spurts of a burst, and just see if we can nick a goal or like on the break. But I don't know, guys. We are where we are. I don't know what changes or how it changes from here. As a question, because I was having a good discussion with Shine earlier, can you guys leave a note in the comments to say, realistically, where do you think Spurs are going to finish this season? Just a number, 17th, 15th, 16th, 10th, 11th. I think it has to be around, realistically, it's going to be around that area, right? Obviously, the January window was coming up. We've got some important games before that. If we can get through the phase, Brentford's game against Brentford is mega important for us. Tottenham Hotspur. I can't, you can't fathom that, right? It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, for today, I don't think we played really, really well. I thought backs to the wall, we probably defended as we needed to defend. Going forward, there wasn't much there. I think we got justice in terms of Romero's shinned overhead kick. I think I heard him afterwards, and he actually came out for an interview and he did a chat. And they were asking him, like how did you, like what did you think of that goal? How did you get to do it, kind of thing. Like they asked him, and he was like, well, I trained with Messi, so things are going to rub off. So do you know what? I would leave Pigeon on the sidelines. I would even leave Moani on the sidelines. We've got Danso. When Draguson comes back, I would play Draguson and Danso at the back, Romero and VDV up front. They're our forwards, they're our strike force. They know how to put the ball in the net. Let's do it. Let's petition for that. But let us know what you guys think of the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell us about the games, and please let me know realistically where do you think that we're actually going to finish this season. It'd be cool to know. Also, we'll be going live tomorrow. The whole gang will be dissecting this game. So make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button, because then you'll know exactly what time we're going live tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's 8 or 8:30. So make sure you get involved. All right, much love, people. Good night. Long trip back for the guys coming back from Newcastle. They'll probably feel slightly relieved, I guess. But it is what it is. 2-2. That's it. Ciao.